Well, some stuff happened.
Yeah, it usually does.
It was a weird week. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob. So as always, my good friend Hollywood Frank.
Ho, 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 baby.
It's the whole train. Did you see he was in the hospital getting a hip replacement? Yeah, he posted a thing on one of the Facebook groups that I look at. He said, was it morphine is a hell of a drug?
Hey, pimping ain't easy, brother.
Pimping ain't easy, but yep, this is the Wrestling Council. You can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all the news in wrestling.
Booyah.
Also follow you boys on social media.
Right down there. Those are Twitters.
Yep. That was this was a weird week, man. It was some stuff happened, but it was just like nothing earth shattering, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you include certain returns, but we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about what happened in wrestling this week. For once, we're actually going to talk about the shows. Gasp. But real quick, let's check in. We got here. Maldacita said, "Sup, people in hearing, listening while setting up decorations. Awesome."
That like wait the last minute, Maldacito.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude! I went and I did like all the shopping for my mom and my sister today because they're all laid up. So I went and did all their grocery shopping for all their cookies and all that kind of. Oh my god, she's running around all over the place looking for garbage stuff. Now, so how's it going, Bob and Frank? Going good, man. Going good. And everybody else that slowly trickles in here, appreciate it. Follow us on like I said, follow us on social media. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe, all that stuff. But before we get into anything, we got our favorite segment. There's something we call, where the hell did it go? There it is. What the frick?
You're in charge, brother. What'd you do?
Oh no. Oh my god. Apparently I forgot to pay the bill this week. And I can't put up the graphic.
What?
It won't let me put it up. Unless something we call the good, the bad, and the ugly. This thing right here. I found it. I was clicking on the wrong thing. Oh my god. I think you're this week. You're first this week, right?
I am.
Cool. Just give it to us.
Yeah, the good. 5 more days till the jolly fat man comes down my chimney.
Ho ho ho.
Let's see. But the good in wrestling. I was actually impressed with the opening match on Rampage on Friday.
Dude, Moxley's put Rampage on his back.
Yeah, Guevara versus Moxley. That was good. It was a good way to start Rampage. I was actually impressed. Those guys had a good match.
He freaking tore the earring out of Moxley's ear.
Yeah, and I see Ty with the blood on her hand just smeared on Moxley's face.
Dude, freaking, yeah, that was gross. It was like I mean, we know Moxley likes to bleed, but damn, man.
But yeah, start off really well. I mean, we'll see what tomorrow brings. I mean, is it number 5 tomorrow between Death Triangle and Elite?
It's four. It's four.
Well, it's 3-1 right now. It's 3-1.
It's 3-1. So
3-1.
so So it's so
I just didn't know. I just
five.
couldn't remember if match 5 was
because
played or not.
the last 3 matches, 5, 6, and 7 are all going to be gimmick matches. Like tomorrow is
no
DQ.
Yeah.
You
can use that. You can use the ring hammer.
Yep, you can use everything. I can't remember what match 6 is, and then match 7 is going to be a ladder match.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool. What's your
my bad. Oh jeez. Let's see. Where could I go? Where do I want to go?
I know what it's gonna be.
I thought it was over. Just when you thought it was over, nope. It continues, and now you add Bronson Reed to the mix. So
yeah, I was like, Bronson Reed's back, and he's with Miz.
I thought maybe Loomis, Gargano, and Miz was over. Nope. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, and my ugly, man, I could have gone 2 ways. I could have gone with the Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair segment yesterday, but my ugly is why do we have to see Rhea Ripley versus what's his name? Oh my god, now I just drew a blank.
Oh, Akira Tozawa.
Why?
I'm of 2 minds on that thing. I'll talk about it in a minute.
Why?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we need to talk about a few things, but that's one of the things we need to talk about.
Wow.
It was, on one hand, it's like, I get it. They're building this thing up between them and
OC.
The OC. So when we, they're building Rhea Ripley up, and but like, and then at the same time, it's like poor Akira Tozawa, man. Akira Tozawa's got to friggin' eat the loss on this thing. Like they haven't made the guy a big enough joke, but I'm sure he's consoled when he goes to sleep on his friggin' bed made of money.
Oh yeah.
So
what happened to Mia Yim with OC? I mean, she's
still part of it from what I understand. She just wasn't there this week, but we'll see what happens. I mean, they're building up. What they're doing is they're building up Rhea Ripley to beat Bianca Belair. That's what they're doing. They're building her up because they built Bianca Belair up, and they did a really good job of building her up. They've built Bianca Belair up so much that they have to have somebody that can take her down.
Well, right now it's Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair.
Yeah, that's.
Is Lily going to start making an appearance again and just start popping everywhere?
Ooky spooky shit. I don't know, dude. I what are you going to do, man? Like, what are you going to do? What the hell is going on with my friggin' microphone? But
so that's my GBU.
Yep. All right.
What's yours?
I'll give you mine in a second here.
Oh, okay.
I'm fixing my shit.
Okay, guys.
Oh no, you didn't do your ugly. You didn't do your ugly.
I did. My ugly was Rhea Ripley versus Tozawa.
Oh, okay.
Rob's broken, so I guess it's the Hollywood show right now.
No. My good. The card for Wrestle Kingdom 17. Dude, listen to this. Okay. I'm just going to talk about the big stuff. Okay. See here. This is these are just the matches that have been announced so far. Kazuchika Okada versus Jay White for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be a banger. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship. Master Wato and Hiromu Takahashi versus El Desperado and Taiji Ishimori for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. It's a 4-way match. Keiji Muto, the Great Muta, is his. I think this is one of, if not his last match. I know this. This is the year. This is his last. This is his last year, and he's retiring.
How old is the Great Muta?
Oh my god, dude! Keiji Muto, he's at least as old as Sting is, so he's in his mid 60s.
Nice.
So dude's got no knees, man. But dude, back in the day, that guy was amazing. He's teaming with Hiroshi Tanahashi and Shota Umino, the Shuta, John Moxley's protege, versus Los Ingobernables de Japón, Tetsuya Naito, Sanada, and Bushi. Tama Tonga versus the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, for the Neverweight title. And those are just, and then the IWGP Tag Team Championship, FTR versus Bishamon, Yoshihashi, and Hiroki Goto. Just think about the end. And also, for the first time ever, the IWGP Women's Championship match, Tam Nakano versus Kairi Sane. And one Miss Sasha Banks is supposed to show up and challenge her for this. So this is a big deal, man. This is the first Wrestle Kingdom that is going to have both AEW and WWE talent on there. And there's a rumor that one Mr. AJ Styles may be showing up to back up Mr. Carl Anderson. So that's a big deal, man. And this bodes some interesting things going forward between obviously the relationship between AEW and New Japan is very strong. But the idea of WWE allowing some of their talent to do things outside of the company and acknowledging that they exist. So
never would have happened with McMahon.
Never, not in a million freaking years, dude. Not in a million years would this have happened. And there's a bunch of other really great matches on here as well. But yeah, this Wrestle Kingdom is shaping up to be pretty damn awesome. But that's my good. My bad. Ookie spooky shit. How I love the. I don't get it. We got ookie spooky stuff in NXT. We've got ookie spooky stuff on the main roster with Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss, and dude, Wyatt was better. Look, Bray Wyatt was better when he was like a cult leader. Okay, the mention like the stuff with Uncle Howdy. Like I'm really honestly I'm very underwhelmed with this stuff. I'm underwhelmed with that. I'm underwhelmed with the strange symbol that appears and everything. Everybody gets scared, and you know on NXT they're coughing up black goo again. It's like they must have like bought up like a supply of those black saliva pills, and like we gotta use this shit up, man. But
Alexa Bliss is on Raw and Bray Wyatt's on SmackDown.
Yep. Which I don't that doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, the brand split is in name only, to be completely honest.
We're still supposed to have a draft upcoming.
Yeah, doesn't matter. But yeah, that's my bad. And then my ugly. Bronson Reed returns. And they stick him with The Miz. You talk about an underwhelming debut or re-debut. This was just like, look. I'm glad the guy's back. I didn't know why. I didn't understand why they cut him in the first place. He's been doing good. He was doing great stuff in New Japan. And then he was very happy to be there and everything. And then all of a sudden he's just back here and he's playing second fiddle to The Miz. What is it? First Ciampa, and now Bronson Reed. And again, like you said, this storyline that is dead in the water, that nobody cares about, that was dead literally like the week after it started, just continues. I mean, this is the best we can do with Johnny Gargano and Bronson Reed. This is the best we can do with those guys. This is stupid.
And from ratings aside, but from what I was reading is that a lot of fans had no idea who he was.
Yeah, because because he was on NXT when they cut him, which most WWE fans don't watch NXT. So to build him up, you need to build him up. You need to people need to understand why he's a big deal. He needed to come up to the main roster for a couple of months, give him time to build, and then then he's a big deal. He never got that chance. He got cut before they could do anything like that with him. So him showing up, like smart marks, like people who follow NXT, they know who he is. Nobody else does. So it was very underwhelming, and it doesn't do him any. You're not doing him a service by sticking him with the Miz. I'm sorry. It's just bad. But yeah, that's our GBU. Oh man,
why does Miz always have to have something?
He's an underling. Yeah. I don't understand either.
Morrison, Mizdow, Ciampa, Bronson Reed.
Yeah, he's always got to have a toady.
Yeah.
Or a toady or muscle. And I don't get it, man. Everybody knows. Look, nothing against the Miz. He's a great mid-card guy. He knows what he's doing. He's not particularly great, but the guy doesn't give the rub to anybody. And in fact, these days it's the exact opposite. People get connected to the Miz to watch their careers go up in flames. And I don't understand it.
Yeah.
So my God.
Miz has his money back, so who knows?
Jeez. Yeah, I was hoping that this was the end of this.
Oh, here he is.
What's up? Oh, jeez. Johnny.
Hi. I'm here just to wreck Okada and leave. Just like Jonah.
You're just here to wreck Okada and leave?
Yeah, just like Jonah.
Dude, the New Japan puts that guy over by giving him a win over Okada. And because here's the thing, New Japan loves Western monsters, man. Bronson Reed's a big dude. And they love Western monsters, man. Like Lance Archer was huge over there. And they do that for him. And then he's just like, yep, laters. And I can't blame the guy because they probably dropped a big fat check in front of him. But it's like, you're going there to be the Miz's guy, the Miz's boy.
Look, Miz showed him his giant balls and he just had no choice but to say yes.
Yep. His big balls. My balls are huge. Well, I mean, he doesn't have. Logan Paul got hurt, so
oh boy,
so he doesn't have him to feud with anymore. They got to do something with Miz. So I guess Ciampa's injured again, and he doesn't have him to screw his friggin' career over. So I don't know. I don't get it. Like, this has got to be like the last hurrah for like Bruce Pritchard or somebody to put this shit together, but it's bad. It's just bad. Speaking of which, do you want to start with Raw this week or because there's no huge. Oh, one thing real quick. Shout out to our good buddy Justin Hollis. Justin got into a car accident.
Oh boy,
this last week. Got hurt pretty bad. I think he had a hip injury, couple broken ribs injury, and one of his arms is busted up pretty bad. So, all thoughts and prayers out to him, Justin. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Malasita said because he knows he's going to make money with the Miz guaranteed payday and a spot on primetime every week. Yeah, that's like I said. I'm sure his consolation prize is just like Akira Tozawa is going to be sleeping on his bed made of money.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's like it's almost like Baron Corbin, we need to start calling Miz the Miz's mid card vortex, because his mid card vortex is far stronger than Baron Corbin's is at this point.
Yes, it is.
But it just, I don't know, man. I don't know why. Like I said, why you bring Bronson Reed in, because like I said, most people aren't going to know who he is, because one, he's been gone for a while, and two, most people don't watch most WWE fans don't watch NXT. So, I mean, yeah, he's a big dude and he moves really, really good for a big dude. He's like Bam Bam Bigelow 2.0. But at the same time, it's like, give the guy some time to build, that made people get excited about him. Right now, it's like he's nobody. But yeah, let's talk about Raw first, and then we'll talk about Dynamite and Rampage.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Street Profits. Was it basically Raw opened up? They had a recap, and they talked about Miz in the ladder match and Street Profits, all that stuff. But Street Profits versus Judgment Day. It's a good match.
And he had the Usos on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, they had, and that's the thing everyone's talking about. They're talking about how like Roman had a big presence on Raw. I'm like, yeah, but he still wasn't there. So you still have the problem. You don't have the belt. Now they're doing a better job of handling Roman than they did with Brock, because Brock was just gone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't have both your belts on a part-time row. I'm sorry. The match between the Judgment Day and Street Profits was a good match. It's a really good match. But the thing that everyone's talking about is Profits, like they were talking to Tozawa, and then he ran into the ring and he got the crap kicked out of him by Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Because she challenged him to a match.
Yeah, because he threw his red Solo Cup stuff on.
Yeah, they're like, what was in that cup? It was water, dude. It's clearly water. It was like, the dude's not drinking gin and juice, okay?
Eddie Guerrero's son got covered with water.
Oh no! So we had Akira Tozawa face Rhea Ripley, and she basically beat the living shit out of him.
Yeah.
This dude that, everyone was like, well, at least he's not wearing a friggin' ninja costume anymore. But so on one hand, he got his shit kicked out of him by a woman.
Yeah.
Well, if WWE is gonna have an intergender match, that's how it's gonna go every single time.
Oh yeah, yeah. And like I said, this one, like I said, I'm two ways about it, because on one hand, I'm not the biggest fan of intergender matches, because at that point, it's like, why do you even have a women's division if you're gonna do that? But at the same time, we know what this is. This is about. They're building Rhea Ripley up because she's going to take the belt off of Bianca Belair, and they've built Bianca Belair up to be, damn near invincible. So
no, it's got to be Alexa Bliss. Come on,
dude. If that happens, that makes absolutely no freaking sense. And I'm done with that already.
Once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny.
Oh my God. But please God, don't let that happen. OC versus Alpha Academy. This was all right. This is all right. Yeah. It wasn't the best. These guys, Chad Gable and Otis, are really, really good. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are actually getting a little long in the tooth.
No, Chad Gable's really good.
Chad Gable's amazing. Right, that guy really, if they were smart, they would cultivate him. That he would be Brian. He'd be Daniel Bryan 2.0 if they were smart about it. But OC wins this. No, not surprising. And then what was it? They showed a bunch of stuff. The Bloodline were attacking everybody and their mother.
Yep.
Last night.
Mustafa, I think.
Yeah, it was Mustafa Ali. There was some dude from NXT.
Adam Chase or something. Is that his name? Alan Chase.
I think
something.
Yeah, some dude from NXT got beat up. This is all night. They're doing this crap where they're beating everybody up. And I guess it's like it was like Roman's mandate that they went there to leave a message or something like that.
Well, Elias too. I think did they have a guitar and smack some?
I don't. It was a bunch of shit, and it got very repetitive.
We had the whole segment with Bianca and Alexa, where Alexa smashed her in the back of the head
with the vase, yeah. And then she's like, "Oh, Bray, he abandoned me," and blah blah, whatever. That's another story to me. That's DOA. They needed, and another thing too, they need to pull the trigger with whatever they're doing with Bray Wyatt. They're dragging this crap out way too long.
Do it before Vince comes back.
I did see Uncle Howdy. You did see Uncle Howdy on SmackDown.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, and
it's about time something happened.
Yes, something needs. He needs to wrestle a match. Something needs to happen. This storyline needs to be moved along. Okay. All right. It's.
Well, what? Their next pay-per-view is not till what? Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah, it's a nothing freaking. But they got to build something up to the Rumble.
True. Well, they got him with LA Knight right now, and
doing what? They're just talking.
I don't know. LA Knight just attacked him in the ring, and then Uncle Howdy came out.
God, I'm all about laying groundwork and for storylines and everything, but this thing is so uneven. They need to have, and this is what happens when you try to turn Bray Wyatt into a freaking face. You get crap like this, and I'm telling you, I'm not feeling it, dude.
I don't know, because you got Bray Wyatt if you got to turn him a face, but then you got Flash, and Alexa goes off and smacks the champion in the back of the head with a vase.
So if she's being hooked up with Bray Wyatt again, she's a heel. Unless she's with Uncle Howdy now. And it's like, oh, geez, God.
Hey, it's Howdy Doody time, okay?
Oh, it's better than that.
Oh, it's Doody, all right.
It's better than that, man. She is Uncle Howdy. That's going to be the plot twist of the century.
It was me, Bray. It was me all along. Oh, God. Look, I like Bray Wyatt. I think he's super creative. This thing is just, it's getting to the point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. So, and I hate to sound like that, but that's the way it is. And then we got the best thing of the whole show, Miz versus Dexter Lumis. What are they doing with Dexter Lumis, man? What is the point? I know that they're trying to extend the storyline from NXT, but like I said, this thing needed to be over. And now it's not. And now Bronson Reed is part of this thing. And like I said, I'm sure he's getting paid very well. He's very happy to be back in WWE with some kind of stability with Triple H. But they needed to give him time to build. And this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief.
It's probably going to be, if they're not going to have a tag match with those four guys at Royal Rumble, then they're going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah, well, they're definitely going to be in the Rumble,
and they're gonna. Somebody's gonna pull somebody outside the ring that's already been thrown out. They're gonna pull somebody else
probably. Out. And Bronson will be in there to basically protect Miz, and then Miz will probably do something where he screws him over, and he's like, hey, hey, whatever. Oh my God. What was that? What was next? AJ versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Look, we all know where this is. This was, storyline wise, this is the best thing on the show. It was a really good match because Sami Zayn doesn't really have bad matches, and it's Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles. So, I mean, come on. Sami was able to pick up the win thanks to Solo Sikoa. There's a lot. Was it just me, or did it seem like there was a lot of distraction finishes and moments this week?
Yeah,
because you had the Akira Tozawa thing, you had Solo Sikoa.
You had both. I mean, with the Street Profits, mean, they threw that water on him, distracted him, and then they won. And then you just had some kind of shenanigans going on when Tozawa lost.
Yeah.
And again with the Miz and Loomis.
Yeah, it was just I don't know, man. Yeah, because Bronson Reed came in. We had at least 3 matches where it was basically a distraction finish. The match was awesome, man. Sammy winning with the friggin' Blue Thunder Bomb. I thought that was awesome. That's one of my favorite wrestling moves, of all time, and he's awesome at it. So, what was the weird crap with AJ screaming out the name of his finisher?
Anime.
Trying to hit anime.
I missed that, so I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it was weird. It was but it was, like I said, it was a good match. Pretty much exactly what we expected. Moving the storyline along. They had a little thing where Jimmy was questioning Jay, thinking that he's trying to set Sammy up or something. We all know what's going to happen. Like I said, when they finally turn on him, it's going to be the biggest moment of the entire year. So, Mousy said, agreed. Best part of the show, Cleveland's true hero, proving those NXT vanilla mentions are nothing but a bunch of geeks. Oh my god, I don't like hating friggin' Miz. Okay, it's just it's right now he's the death knell for anybody that's connected to him.
He's Cody.
He's not Cody, dude. Cody wasn't like inadvertently burying people. It's just he has go away heat when he does this crap, and it's just bad. And just the whole Miz, Dexter Loomis, Johnny Gargano, now the whole thing is just sucking people in that don't need to be there, and it's making this thing last longer than it should.
Yep.
Was it Becky versus Bayley? This was one of the absolute best things on the.
We had that segment with Seth Rollins before that.
Was that before that?
Yeah, Rollins, and then the Usos come out and
Rollins came out and was talking to Austin Theory.
Yeah,
which hey, I'm high on Austin Theory right now. They came out and they were interviewed by the Usos. Theory obviously left because he's a heel. Kevin Owens came out to make the save, so it looks like they're connecting these two guys again. Okay, everybody remembers that. And they booked him for a tag match. Get out of here. Becky Lynch came out and had a promo, and she and Bayley had a match. And it was a good match. The ending was wonky as shit. But I mean, it's Becky Lynch versus Bayley. I mean, come on, it's going to be an awesome match.
Yeah, and Bayley won.
And Bayley won, yeah.
Yeah, because we talked about last week how it was just seems like Damage Control isn't winning any matches, and
yep,
it must have heard you.
Yeah, good. Well, yeah, good. It's like, can we get like something going for these people? It's not him; it's creative. They know Miz makes money and makes Marks cry, so win-win. No, like I said, I do blame Miz a little bit because he's just it ain't there. But yeah, no, it's 100%. Like I said, this stinks of bad creative. So
yep.
But Bayley looking really good though. Like this is the best she's looked since she came back. So hit the Rose Plant for the pin. Usos versus Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. This was the main event. And it's pretty much exactly what you expected, man. And then you got, it's the Usos versus Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. These four great wrestlers. It was a great match. We had the exactly what we were expecting, kind of a stare down between Sami Zayn and KO. But Sammy backed off, and this is it moves the storyline down the road exactly like it's supposed to. There's a lot of people that, again, a lot of interference in this match. You had Solo Sikoa jump in there. Good Brothers showed up. Austin Theories went after Rollins. Like I said, this week had just a lot of distractions. A lot of distractions stuff going on. But I'll see to say, what the heck? No Santa got beat up this year. I call shenanigans, good sir.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a okay episode of Raw. It just felt weird, you know. Them touting Roman so much and Roman not being there, I think really hurt it for me at least.
It happens all the time.
But there's a very bad accident happening here because when Rollins did that flip over the top rope to take out the Usos, he almost cleared them completely, and he could have pancaked his ass. So, and the other thing too, man, is I'm done with this goofy character that Rollins is doing. I want the Kingslayer back. Like I want serious Rollins.
Serious Rollins.
Yes, I want serious Rollins. Serious Rollins was a threat. You know what I mean? This version of Rollins, I'm over it.
No.
Like I said, I've never been much for the jokey gimmicks and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of this thing. I'm not a fan of this goofy laughing. He's a goofball, and I'm not a fan of it. So
I like it better than Monday Night Messiah.
Well, Monday Night Messiah was just cancer. Dude, that was I don't know who came up. Well, I know who came up with that was Pritchard and his bunch. But yeah, this isn't great either. Like when he was serious, when he was taking souls, he was that's when he was at his best. And they need to get him back to that, in my personal opinion. But yeah, that was Raw. What was it?
Yeah.
What would you give it overall, man?
C.
Yeah. There was a lot of just dumb shit. And like I said,
for the good you had, you drop it down with Tozawa versus Ripley and Biz versus Lucas. I mean, I'll take AJ Styles and Sami Zayn every week, but
yeah, it's the problem is there's good wrestling. But a lot of the storyline stuff is just stupid, Like I said, the Miz thing was probably the worst of it all. I'm so over that. Let Johnny Gargano be a star all by himself. Let him go do something, more important than this. The Bray Wyatt stuff is really starting to bother me, though, man. It's like they need to do something with this guy. He's been there for 2 months now.
Hasn't wrestled a match.
Hasn't wrestled a single match. We still don't know what the hell's going on because there's no clear direction of what this character is or what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, it was a very uneven show. Very, very uneven show. But props to the people that did their best to like make it into something. But all right.
So what do you think about Dynamite?
I thought Dynamite was awesome this week.
Start off with the trios title match.
Yep, started off with the trios title match. Really, and again, like I said, I know that some people are down on this because we've seen these guys wrestle so many times before, which is true, 100% true. But they're 6 of the best wrestlers in the world. They're going to put on an amazing match no matter what. So, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and now they're up 3-1.
Yeah.
That's Chargo's up 3-1. Kenny said, anything goes next match.
Anything goes. All the matches going forward are going to be gimmick matches in some way, shape, or form. This one tomorrow is going to be anything goes. I don't remember what the match 6 is, and then match 7 is going to be a ladder match. So this is going 7.
Did you say? I thought you said it was a steel cage or something.
It might have been. It might be a steel cage match. I'd have to look it up right now. Like I don't have it in front of me right now. But Yeah, it was like I guess, and it started the show started off with a bang. So we got no DQ for the next week. MJF back, it's MJF, man.
Yeah.
He did a promo in the back. It was awesome setting up his match with Ricky Starks. I still think now one negative on this, I'm gonna say, I still think it would have been better if they had split up the matches, Ricky's matches. And this one was for the ring, and have Ricky win this one, have him win the ring, which is a big deal, and that's going to give him huge heat, and then you have him get his world title shot against Max, and he loses.
Yeah, I mean, you could say I came this close, Max. I got your ring last week, and I almost beat you this week. And keep that going, but no.
And not knocking the match this week. The match was awesome, and we'll get to it. But that's the way I would have done it.
And he had the Acclaimed come down and get beat up by Jay Lethal and his group.
Yeah, dude. Look, I like Jeff Jarrett. I like Jeff Jarrett back in the day. Why is he on my television? You got like Miro sitting in the back at catering. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Doesn't.
Yep. Yeah, and that's exactly, Malasino. That's why I like this trios tournament. They give you a different match every week. There's the big storyline this week was Matt Jackson acting like he was hurt.
Yep.
And pulling some fast, playing fast and loose, with that whole thing, and then coming back and going crazy. But or Nick Jackson, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But next we had Jeff Jarrett, and they attacked the Acclaim, which we know that it's going to lead to a tag team match, and Acclaim's going to retain. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just this to me feels like a nothing feud. This is filler.
Yeah.
And not the filler that it could be. It could be better than this. Jack Perry versus Brian Cage. Dude, Brian Cage is awesome. He gave Jungle Boy some serious rub in this, man. Because let's be honest, in reality, ain't no damn way that Jack Perry is beating Brian Cage. Brian Cage is a freaking monster. And I like that they used him as a monster, and this was a match where, even though it was like Jungle Boy Jack Perry was lucky to have survived this, he still won in convincing fashion. So,
yep.
And even despite with the what's the guy's name? Prince Nana, I think. Prince Nana. Yeah, okay. He was able to overcome it, and then out comes. All right, I gotta ask you. All right. Morrissey's new name, Big Bill. You like it or you don't like it?
I don't like it.
I don't either.
I don't like either of his names in that company so far. So,
well, it's like somebody said, why don't they just call him Big Bill Morrissey? Like, that's better. Like the Big Bill thing is a little weird, but Big Bill Morrissey, that's way better. Why not do that? But like Big Bill, that's some WWE shit right there. But he looks awesome. By the way, like that dude got his shit together. Really got his shit together.
Yeah. And then the Hook comes out.
They sent Hook.
Finally.
That's what I said. Finally. And you know what? At first I was like, oh God, here we go. More of this stuff with Hook just looking around, like acting cool and not doing much of anything. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? This is a smart move. They're hooking him up with Jungle Boy, who we know Jungle Boy could work his ass off. Right? So why not put him with somebody that can take up the slack, and because here's the thing. We know Hook can pull off moves, but can he string them together and tell a story? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is a good next step. This is like, we're going to finally get to see him Work with somebody, because I mean that stuff that he did with Danhausen was like pretty much pointless.
Yeah.
So now we get to see him in an actual match, and we're gonna see what we got. We're gonna finally see what we really have.
Gonna see Jungle Hook.
Jungle. Oh, jeez. I really hope this isn't a permanent thing, though. They don't need to be hooking. No pun intended. They don't need to be hooking Jack Perry up with someone else after being in a tag team for so long. Madison said, just put him in a silk blouse and call him B. Morrissey. Oh my God! Give him LA Knight's model. What was that something models?
Maximum
Male models gimmick.
Yeah.
Jeez, God. But Jack Perry gets the win over Brian Cage. Glad to see Brian Cage on TV. They need to use this guy more. I want to see him versus Wardlow.
Well,
let's go.
They need to bring in.
Didn't that just happen?
Oh
no, that was Cage.
No, that. No, that was
Brian Cage.
For Wild Bill Morrissey, they need to bring in the certified G and the bona fide stud.
No, never, ever. I don't ever want to see that. I can't.
We want Enzo.
I can't. God, no. But I want to see him against some other big dudes, man. Like I want to see Morrissey in there beating up guys. Like put him in there against Keith Lee, man. That'd be awesome. I want to see these big guys going up against more big guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw it, but when actually we saw Morrissey against Wardlow, but when he was his first match in there was with Impact, and Enzo was in the audience, like hidden with face mask.
Yeah, I know. It's like, ugh. What was it? House of Black versus the Factory. This was a squash. Which is good because here's what after this best of 7 match is over, like when they're done, whoever the winner is needs to get absolutely murked by the freaking House of Black.
Hey, if Enzo had a dime for every time Tony Khan thought about making them all elite, he'd have 0 dimes.
I don't think so.
He ain't never talked to Enzo about being all elite.
No.
But I do believe he would consider.
Oh, I'm sure Enzo would jump at the chance. But that dude's like that guy's got so many problems, man. It's like, screw that.
Hey, how you doing?
But like I said, House of Black looked awesome. Like I said, it was a squash. But and they're doing a good job of really building up, rebuilding the House of Black. No pun intended.
Yeah, the Lions sleep tonight. That's right.
Yeah, screw that. I hate everything you guys have suggested tonight. It's all terrible. It's all awful. I'm like, oh,
just like what we're having on TV. So just like what we're getting on TV too. It's not going to change much.
What's that?
It's not that as awful as some stuff we see on TV. So
jeez, God,
we're on the ballpark. It's not that bad.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the hook hangs out.
Yes, that's what
I will kick you from this friggin' place. Don't think I won't. Sky Blue talking to Britt Baker, issuing a challenge for Rampage, and nobody cares.
No, they're squashing Sky again.
Yep. House of Black was close. Was one of the best things. It would have been the best thing on the show if not for what came after this, which was Chris Jericho versus Action Andretti. Cool thing was, like, Chris Jericho obviously pissed off that he lost his Ring of Honor World Championship. They're talking down Bryan Danielson. Looks like they're not done with this storyline with Bryan Danielson.
Oh Jesus!
But with why is my brain not working? Garcia, with Daniel Garcia. They're not ending this thing with Daniel Garcia. He says he's going to go out and he's going to beat up a jobber to take out his frustrations. And the first half of this match was brilliant. Like, people give Chris Jericho a lot of crap. This dude knows what he's doing. Like, he really knows what he's doing. First half of this match, he's beating the crap out of this jobber, and the crowd's like getting into it. They're like, "Let's go, jobber!" And but as the match goes on, he keeps trying to pin the guy, and the guy keeps kicking out. And then he starts getting a little bit of offense in, and he just gets more and more. And now they're like, the "Let's go, jobber" chant is kind of changing over, and they're talking to Jericho now. So this thing, and he hits him with a was it a tornado DDT? Hit him with a really nice looking running shooting star press, and he gets the pin, and Jericho is freaking livid, like he's losing it. And then later on they had the backstage where he's just like tearing up everything. He's destroying it. This is awesome. This was legit. The match itself was a good match. It wasn't the best match on the show, but it was a really, really good match, especially towards the end there. And dude, man, when he kicked out of the code breaker, the freaking crowd lost it. And like legitimately when and this is what's cool about this. Because every week when we have these kind of matches like this, we know the outcome, right? Yep. We know what the outcome is. Like the main star is going to get it. This puts a little seed of doubt in some things now. The possibility that sometimes, maybe once in a while, maybe they're not going to win. So I dig this. I dig this. This is my favorite thing on the entire show. And then the tantrum he threw in the back.
Oh yeah.
FTR, then they did a video package of FTR versus the Gun Club. I don't care about that match, man. That's just FTR, it's FTR. They're going to turn it into a good match, no matter what it is. But this going from the Briscoes to the Gun Club is like, all right, you got to have those, like I said, you got to have those filler matches every once in a while.
What would you do with them now?
Yeah.
FTR?
There's not really, yeah.
Oh, I'd have them
because they just lost to the champ, so there isn't really much to do with them. Who are a better team than the Gun Club to work with them now?
Who are a better team than dude? Freaking House of Black would be a better team for them to go up against.
They're gonna have other stuff to do.
Oh, I understand that, but I'm saying there's other options you could put them up against them besides the Gun Club. Dude, I put them up against Private Party before I put them up against the Gun Club. Not hating on the Gun Club, but it's just like, it's just weird, man. It's weird booking. But, and like I said, it's FTR. They'll make it into a great match. It'll be fun. Ruby Soho versus Tay Mello. Dude, this was the best that either of these women have looked in a long time. They came out and they just beat the shit out of each other.
Well, Ruby has that a whole lot because she was injured for a while.
Yeah, well, even when but even before that, when she was kind of languishing around AEW, this is definitely the best that Ty Conti has looked. And this got really, really physical. So, yeah, this was a good women's match, man, and it looked good. So, props to both of them. They did a good job. And then the thing I didn't like though was Anna Jay coming out and laying out Ruby, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man, Anna Jay has not progressed well with as far as her skills are concerned. So, but we'll see. Maybe Ruby can bring it out of her the way she brought it out of Ty.
Possible.
So, but then we had the main event. Again, I would have split them up, but it was for the World Championship and the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Ricky Starks versus MJF. Really good, solid match, man. And like I said, wasn't the best wrestling match on the show, but the storytelling was fantastic. It was freaking awesome, man. MJF, doing exactly what you expect MJF to do, hitting him with low blows here and there. MJF had the what was it on his elbow pads? Was it the pebble skipper? Pebble, something like that.
So-
Making fun of him being a dollar store Rock or dollar store Dwayne.
So I just brought it up. Didn't mean to catch you off there. It's no DQ for match 5.
Okay.
It's a false count anywhere for match 6.
Match 6. Okay.
And then the ladder match.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when, as soon as they announced that, I was like, yeah, this thing's going 7 matches. So, but
now, who are they going to retain in match 7, or are they just going to be down 3-1, 3-1, and that Elite's going to run the table?
Elite's going to run. They're probably going to run the table.
So have new tag team champions.
I think so. Yeah. I think the reason why they did this best of 7 was so that they could let them save some face and make it look like they're not just, interim champions because of what happened with the scrum. But I think the Tony's plan from the beginning was to put those belts on the Elite. And that's what's going to happen. And then after that, if he's smart, it'll be the Elite versus the House of Black.
Yes.
House of Black. Yeah. And honestly, even though it's really soon, man, or honestly, if it was me, okay, here you go. I'm going to put my Booker hat on. I would have the Elite lose, but I would have them lose because of the House of Black.
Lose match number 7?
Lose match number 7. I would have something happen where they get, because it's a ladder match, and ladder matches are kind of like that thing where they can happen anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ladder match is like half an anything goes match.
A lot of stuff can go wrong in a ladder match.
Yeah. So maybe have Julia Hart in the crowd somewhere, and then Kenny comes up against the barricade, and she spits the black in his eyes, takes him out, and he's not able to make the save or something like that.
You got Sugar Chris in the house.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Thanks for better late than never. But appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here. But that's what I would do, and I would have Death Triangle win, and then I would have House of Black take the belts off of them, and then make the Elite chase House of Black. That's what I would do. But we know Tony, he created those belts specifically for the Elite, and that's where those belts are going.
I can see that happening.
But unfortunately, and that's, like I said, that's not what I would do, but that's what's going to happen. But getting back to
main event. Yeah.
Main event. Dude, Ricky Starks look good, man. Ricky Starks look really good. And there was a lot of limb manipulation. There's a lot of technical wrestling in this. Both these guys are a little bit better. They're a little bit better technical wrestlers than I originally thought they were. But like I said, man, if it was me, I would have split this into 2 matches. I would have had this be for the Diamond Ring. I would have had Ricky win and then have him lose in the world title match. The fact that Starks was able to get out of MJF's Salt of the Earth, his finishing move, that was pretty cool because I don't think anybody's ever gotten out of it, right? It's been pretty protected.
Yeah, well, see, that stupid ring is like MJF is like half MJF's gimmick. Yeah. They're not going to take it away from him.
That's the other reason why I wanted to have them take it, because it's like I don't think it's half his. I think that's half his. I think that's been half his gimmick since he got it. But I don't think that's half that he needs that.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt MJF to lose a Diamond Ring match.
No. And that's why I would have done it. And it's been 3 years.
It just helps put Ricky Starks over to win the ring.
Yeah. And it frees it up to go on somebody else. So that's what I would have done. Obviously they didn't go with that route. I like it went down. And we know who Max's next challenger is, because out came Bryan Danielson. and he chased him out of the arena.
Yep.
So that's some people were
So
saying
that's
that
that's gonna be the best match of his life.
oh yeah, dude, it's it's Bryan Danielson. I mean, come on. Now here's some people claim that, and it did seem a little. Did it seem rushed to you towards the end?
They had a few hiccups in this match.
Yeah, and then almost all of it was that like within the last like 5-6 minutes.
I think it's possible they just decided to cut some complicated stuff out.
Do you think was that, or do you think it was a time limit thing?
Time limit.
I think
Honestly,
I think it was a time limit thing. I think they realized that they didn't have quite as much time left as they originally wanted, and I think they had to kind of truncate some things, and that's why it looked very transitionally. It looked kind of junky.
honestly, early in the match they were having a few problems too. So
I didn't really notice anything early in the match. Like I said, there was a little bit of like
it wasn't like major blunders, but they were having a few problems.
yeah, and that could come down to the fact that they just hadn't worked together in a while, and there was a little miscommunication or something going on there. But I think a lot of that came from the fact that I think they got to the match and they realized that they didn't have as much time left, and they just started trying to hamburger their way out of it, and it just kind of fell apart a little bit. But overall, I thought it was a good match. I think if you put these guys in a match again, I think they could put together a better one. But storytelling wise, it was awesome. I thought it was great. And I'm all about friggin' Bryan Danielson going after the friggin' championship. In fact, I think, although I will say, I would rather see this time next year. Like, give Max a good long run with this title, man. Let the guy have the belt for at least a year. And then Bryan Danielson should be the guy that takes it off of him, in my opinion.
Hopefully, they don't knock Ricky Stark back down.
No, I would like after this. I'd like to see him in the TNT title scene.
So I won't hold my breath. You know how Tony does his stuff.
I mean, Tony lately. I still think Tony hits more than he misses, but lately he's been a little more missed than normal.
I wouldn't mind seeing him versus Yuta for the pure title.
That would be pretty cool. I'd like to see that. But then again,
I don't want him relegated to Ring of Honor.
Tony, dude, Ring of Honor's got great history, but I agree with you. I think Ricky Starks is like another of those young guys that you need to build the company around.
Yeah. To me, he feels like the AEW's version of Austin Theory.
Yeah, that I would say that's a fair comparison, and that's the way I would book him too. The young up and comer who in a year, maybe two at the most. He comes in. You give him a run, you give him a shot. Madison says, I got to run. Well, brisk walk later, fellas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Be safe. Yeah, you too, Mouse.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And we're wrapping it up here anyway, guys. Like I said, this week was weird. There weren't any earth-shattering. Well, there was one thing that I don't want to talk about, and that's Lacey Evans' weird social media thing that she did.
See, I didn't hear about that.
I want to look into it more before I talk about it, but apparently she posted something about autism that really pissed off a bunch of people, and it's like, oh, good, another thing to completely derail her career. But we'll get into that next week. I wanted to focus on this week. I wanted to focus on the wrestling and on the shows themselves. There was some good wrestling this week. Dynamite was overall was really, really good.
Yeah.
Raw was kind of weird, but
let's not talk about the fans bullying Keith Lee's wife.
Yeah, that's another that might be my ugly next week. But if you guys didn't watch Moxley versus Guevara, like a lot of people skip Rampage, go back and watch Rampage because this was Moxley's putting that show on his back.
Yep.
But anyway, if you guys, we're doing a show next week, right?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah, the 27th, we should be good.
Yeah, it's our last show of the year.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So that's our last show of the year. That will be our yearly wrap up. We will talk. We will do our voting for best best wrestler of the year, best female wrestler of the year, best best singles match, best tag team match, all that stuff. That's next week. Hopefully, I'll be able to get somebody on here to come hang out with us.
Worst of the year.
Oh God, there's a lot of choices for that shit. But appreciate everybody that's here. Mountain Seagull, Leg Kick, Sugar Chris, Johnny. Thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate it.
No problem.
And
Always fun.
you guys have a very good holiday.
You better be here next week, Mr. Johnny.
Okay.
But
we got the last show of the year, man. We want you.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
And at the first show of the new year, we're gonna be bringing this back. Who better than Randy Orton? But thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Who better than Tozawa?
Oh my God, I feel so bad. Anyway, bye everybody.